I'm Digby Tantam. I'm an emeritus professor at the University of Sheffield, and I work for an organisation called Dilemma Consultancy, providing assessments mainly of adults with autism, and I'm a trustee of Research Autism. Well, I've been seeing people with autism since 1983, and the situation's changed dramatically since then. Right at the beginning, it was absolutely vital that parents had some sort of support and reassurance that they weren't the only ones facing these great difficulties. Now there's a much greater awareness of autism, but there, in most places and amongst most professionals, but there is still a need for people to understand exactly what the issues with autism are and to develop a realistic sense of what's going to happen to their children with autism, what might happen in the future. Well, of course, some research, quite a lot of research that gets funded doesn't particularly improve the quality of life because it's a search for a cure or a search for a deeper understanding, or very often a search for what people with autism can tell us about the rest of us, neurotypicals. So there's a relatively small amount of research that's done on things that make a difference, but that sort of research does play a very important role. For example, research has shown the amount of bullying that adolescents with autism experience. Research has counterpointed the amount of loneliness that people with adolescence and autism experience. And research has suggested that the idea that autism is inevitably going to be a long period of irreversible disability might be untrue in some cases. So autism research has changed people's understanding of the condition and changed people's awareness of the issues that they have to grapple with a lot. Well, Research Autism is taking this issue of doing research that makes a difference very seriously. And the big money research funded by the MRC or the SRC or big charities, or in the United States, other NIMH, tends to focus very much on the kind of research that might lead to a genetic understanding of why autism occurs and so on. But what matters to parents right now, and what matters to people with autism right now, is something very much more practical. And so it's very important that Research Autism is focusing on that and making sure that the science research doesn't overwhelm the practical research.